What's up, everybody? This is Jack McNeil, and we talk 1, 2, 3 here. Hope you guys are having a great day. As you can probably tell, I have a cold, and I'm sorry if that does get annoying. I apologize in advance. Now, before we get into talk this week about the playoff races heating up, very exciting. If the playoffs ended today, it's really cool to see how the Orioles and the A's, or either or, could make the playoffs. The Cardinals pushing for the final spot in the wild card. I think they will probably get it, knock on wood, but we'll start to face the Braves. But let's get into some drama within the National League here. I feel like a lot of my videos, until we get into the playoffs, until we get in the trade, it's like if you're going to make a video during the regular season, a lot of the times it's centered around something dramatic that happens. And here it's just something that started off as a fairy tale for the Miami fans and Miami Marlins, a new organization going forward, a new team, new players, huge contracts, a new manager, and a new ballpark, and everything seemed wonderful, and it is just so suddenly throughout the whole year gone so terribly bad. I mean, no one has expected that they would be 66 and 87. They would be the worst record in the National League East. I mean, going into the year, you were thinking it's going to be between the Phillies and the Marlins and the Braves and the Nationals. It's going to be a fight. Everyone is going to have a good record except maybe the Mets. It's been the opposite way around. The Nationals are clearly winning or going to win the division. The Braves will get that wild card spot and have to face the Cardinals and have a much better team and much better chance of getting into the playoffs this year. And the Mets have actually held their ground this year. I mean, they've had up and downs throughout the year, obviously. And at one point, we're right around the top for the division. But to see the Marlins be last is absolutely stunning, considering all the moves they made in the year, the new ballpark, all the excitement, everything else. But that doesn't go into to effect of actually playing baseball. I mean, think of all the hype that was surrounded by this team. And this was actually without playing a single game. The year started off against the Cardinals, and they lost it. And that was kind of the theme throughout the whole year. A dark, dramatic year. I mean, the franchise, Showtime is even having to show the franchise, and you get to be that team this year, and you are now following one of the worst teams in baseball. That's kind of embarrassing. Heath, who has been an all-star closer multiple times with the San Diego Padres, obviously pitching in Pitchers Park. That shouldn't make a difference, though. Heath is a great pitcher either way. He's a power pitcher. He's a great closer, and any team would love to have a guy like this. And I think a lot of teams would pick up a guy like this contract. So if they do decide to trade him, I think that it would be kind of easy to find a team. They'll have to absorb a little bit of the money, but I don't think they'll have to absorb more than half, because this guy is still extremely talented, and he showed in his second half stats after he was demoted from the closer role. He went 19 for 26 with an ERA like way above 6 since he was demoted, and part of the reason why he was mad at Ozzie again is because he was demoted. And since he's been demoted, he's had a 3.12 ERA. And he said he stunk in April, plain and simple. He said, I've worked hard, I've busted my butt. I think I've had a tremendous second half. I'm not closing. That's what he said. Then later he said, it's hard to respect a guy that doesn't tell you the truth or doesn't tell you face to face. So that's the problem right there. He later says, I was never criticizing Ozzie. I don't think that's what I was trying to do on the radio. I was choosing my words kind of right. Apparently I didn't get it too right. But the thing is, I respect Ozzie as a manager. So really what he's saying is, it's hard to respect a guy that doesn't tell you the truth and doesn't tell you face to face. And he's saying that about Ozzie again. But then later he's saying, he wasn't doing that. He wasn't trying to do that on the radio. That wasn't his goal. Okay, why are you on the radio? And then when you get asked a question about Ozzie Guillen, trying to choose your words right, still say something like it's hard to respect a guy, meaning him. That really is easy to infer that you don't respect Ozzie Guillen, which also loses respect from your teammates. And he has said that he has lost respect in his teammates. Not his respect. He has lost their respect in him. I mean, he's had a struggling year. He's been trying to earn respect. It's been a big thing for him, going to a new city, trying to settle here. And after these comments, causing a stir, causing even more drama to a really dramatic season, not in a good way. And now he has lost the respect of his teammates. And that's nothing that you want to have. I mean, he has countless said now in recent interviews, he's never said anything about his teammates. He's never done any of that. He has said something about a trainer one time, but he's really trying to take back all the things he said about Ozzie. He's trying to reword it in a way that he wasn't trying to do this, he wasn't trying to do that. And he said, I don't think Ozzie is the reason why we stunk this year. That's pretty obvious. I mean, obviously it's not just the manager's reason, fault that you were bad this year. It might be a small part of it, but it's not the reason. He said, I think me not performing to the next guy not performing, that's the reason why we didn't win this year. It's not because of Ozzie. It's totally being blown out of proportion for the simple fact that everyone's looking for a scapegoat. In that, it is talking about that there's been some rumors that he might be fired. Ozzie, and things like that. They're trying to get rid of him. But the owner, Jeff Loria, there's been some rumors of executive changes, front office changes, managerial changes. None of that is confirmed. And actually said that, he said recently that he's happy with the situation and they have not, made anything completely different. They're obviously going to look at the situation. They're going to look at the managers. They're going to look at, the players, obviously. And Ozzie actually said this about Jeffrey. He said, if Jeffrey doesn't think I'm doing the job I should, it's not the first time he's fired a manager, Guillen told reporters. He said, look yourself in the mirror and ask why so many expletive managers come through here. He made some very controversial comments that have very much angered Jeff Loria. So there is some question whether he will be fired or not, but I think that there's still a pretty good chance that he stays around. Whether Heath Bell stays around, that's another question. Whether they trade him, I think he will be an all-star closer again. I think that he'll do really well. I mean, this Miami Marlins team has struggled a lot. They've traded a lot. They've got some talent, though. In the midseason trades with Zach Cox and the Edward and Mujica trade, and they trade a lot of guys, and they got some talent, Jacob Turner and others. So they picked up some talent. They should be better throughout the years, but they're going to have to cut a lot of payroll off. So an interesting topic, a lot of drama there. Thanks for watching. Zombie Talk 1, 2, 3.